Tell me about yourself. My name is Rachel Handel, and I'm currently an undergrad student at East Carolina University where I'm studying recreational therapy. I am very outgoing and I'm a very driven person, which is why I found myself in this field. I find that one of my best qualities is that I'm very organized and I am always on time. I have experience working with many different populations with a variety of different disabilities. What interests you about the recreational therapy internship? After researching your agency, I have found that my mindset is the same as yours. Your beliefs and morals is what I look for in a company, and I know this internship will be the best for me. Describe your worst boss or coworker in the past and why. The worst coworker that I have worked with just wasn't a team player, which I think is one of the most crucial qualities to have when working in a group environment. I've always been part of a team since I could remember from high school, and I just think that that's one of the biggest parts of working as a group. Tell me about your experience in past practicums. I had the opportunity to work with with a third grader that had Down syndrome in my adapted sports PE class last semester. I learned so much through the process from writing practicums and interacting with a student that was nonverbal, which I had never done before, which was a great experience. I have also had the opportunity to work with older adults in a retirement community, which was something that I was very unfamiliar with. I'm used to working with children, but this experience helped me grow as a future recreational therapist because you never know what population you may need to work with. What experience do you have facilitating recreational therapy interventions? Throughout my classes I've taken in college, I've been given so many great opportunities to work with different populations. Every semester, at least one of my classes had a group project that we had to do and go to an agency and volunteer with. And I gained so much experience and facilitating these interventions and writing the practicums each week. This was great practice for me because we would go through the process each week and act if the child was actually our client and report back to our professor and get critiques from them, which I thought was very helpful. Identify 3 strengths that you have. I would say that I'm very organized, responsible, and I'm outgoing. I find that these qualities in an employee is crucial for successful outcomes. Tell me about your time that you took initiative. During my practicum last semester, my partner was unprepared for an intervention, and he was planning to just wing it, but instead, when he told me that he didn't have his practicum ready, I sat down and created an outline for an intervention so that the class could be productive and that the session wouldn't be useless. I felt that that's when I, took initiative because I didn't have to do that. I could have just let him, take the loss on that practicum, but I took the initiative and wrote down all of the steps that we were going to take during that session. Tell me about your ability to work under pressure. I grew up playing sports, which really taught me to work and perform under pressure. I have taken the skills that I've learned from playing sports and applying them to real life now, which I found is I work best under pressure. I do some of my best work when I am under pressure. What qualities do you look for in a supervisor? In a supervisor, I look for someone that is timely and professional. As an independent type person, I don't want to be babied, but I also don't want a supervisor that I'm scared to talk to and ask questions. I want a supervisor that I feel comfortable with, but there is still a clear line between positions where they're the upper and I'm the lower. But at the same time, I want to feel comfortable with them. So if I do have a question, I feel comfortable talking to them about it. What questions do you have for your potential internship supervisor? I would say, what would a schedule look like for me? What can you tell me about my day-to-day responsibilities for this internship? What do you think the top qualities of someone to excel in this role? What is your favorite part about working at this company? And whom should I reach out to with further questions?